"Does he live with the princess?" asked Gerda. "Yes," said the raven. "Oh, won't you take me to the palace?" said Gerda. "When Kay hears that I am here, he will come out directly to fetch me." So the raven led Gerda into a garden, and when the lights in the palace had all gradually disappeared, he took her to the back door, which stood half open. Oh, how Gerda's heart beat with anxiety and longing. She wanted so to know if little Kay was there. They were now on the stairs, where a single lamp was burning. Each hall was more magnificent than the other. At last they came into a room where the ceiling was made of great leaves of glass. From this were hung by golden ropes 2 beds, each shaped like a lily. One was white, and in this lay the princess. The other was red, and in it here that Gerda hoped to find little Kay. She bent back one of the red leaves and saw a brown neck. Oh, that was Kay. She called him quite loudly by name and held the lamp toward him, and he awoke, turned his head, and it was not little Kay at all. The prince was only like him about the neck. Then out of the white lily leaves the princess peeped too, and asked what was the matter. Little Gerda cried and told them her story. "Poor little thing," said Prince and Princess, and they put Gerda to bed. "How good men and animals are to me," thought the child as she fell asleep. The next day she was dressed from head to foot in silk and velvet. They offered to let her stay at the palace and lead a happy life, but she would not. She begged to have a little carriage with a horse in front and a small pair of shoes, so that she might go forth in the wide world and look for Kay. Shoes and gloves were given her, and when she was about to set off, a new carriage drew up before the door. It was of pure gold, and the arms of the prince and the princess shone like a star upon it. Inside it was lined with sugar plums, and in the seats were fruits and gingerbread. The coachman, the footmen, and the outriders all wore golden crowns. The prince and the princess assisted Gerda into the carriage themselves and wished her all success, while the raven accompanied her for the first 3 miles. Then the raven bade her farewell, flew into a tree, and beat his wings as long as he could see the carriage. They drove through the dark wood, but the carriage shone like a torch and caught the eyes of robbers. "It's gold, it's gold," cried they, and they rushed forward, seized the horses, knocked down the coachman and servants, and pulled little Gerda out of the carriage. "How plump, how beautiful she is! She looks good enough to eat," said the old robber woman, who had a long scrubby beard and bushy eyebrows that hung down over her eyes. Then she drew out a knife, the blade of which shone and glittered.